Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I am a self-employed mama of 4. My husband and I recently became debt-free and are now working on saving up 6 months worth of expenses for a fully funded emergency fund. We use a zero-based budget and the cash stuffing methods to stay on track because our biggest goal is to invest wisely and give generously. So if you're interested in learning more, stay tuned. Well, hey you guys, I am so excited to be hanging out with you. So in this video, I'm going to be doing a cash stuffing for the 3rd week of June, and we are going to be cash stuffing a total of $1,605 into our sinking funds and savings challenges. And as always, off to the side, I will have my cash planning notepad so that I can keep track of what denominations I am putting in which envelopes. So as always, we are going to get started with my wallet. And I will tell you right now, so I have the new planner inserts with me. So I'm gonna actually be kind of showing you those at the end. So if you aren't following me on Instagram, you might not know, unless of course you're on my email list for my website. If you're subscribed to my email list, then you might know, but I am so excited because I have partnered with Infinite Lotus, which if you've not heard of Infinite Lotus, they are a premium stationery brand and I have been using their planner inserts for 3 years. So this is my 3rd year. And I get questions all the time if I will make a planner and what planner I personally use. And I am not going to be making my own planner. It's just not in my wheelhouse. It is not something I'm interested in doing or upkeeping, but I am happy to partner with Infinite Lotus. And so I will actually be carrying their planner inserts in my shop. And depending on how they do, I will continue to expand on which planner inserts are carried in my shop. So I will go over that more towards the end because those are launching today actually. So I'm filming on Friday, June 14th, and I have the CHIC wallet restock, and then we are also launching the Infinite Lotus weekly and monthly planner inserts. So I'll talk more about that at the end, but let's get to our cash stuffing. And I just realized you can't see, there we go. I've had some people say that they want to see all the cash, so I try to keep that in view for you guys. I might actually scoot this over just a little bit though. Okay, so for my wallet, let's see, we have $5 left in groceries. I'm gonna roll that over only because I'll talk about it in a little bit. Usually groceries is something I would roll over anyway, but I'm going to put this $10 aside for our rollover savings challenge because that is from my personal envelope. Eating out is empty. Drink still has 20, so I will be rolling that over. Kids, we have 7, so I'm gonna take the 2 out and we'll stuff that into savings challenges, but I am going to leave this 5 in here because like I said, it's summer and I feel like the kids always want something somewhere. So I like to have a little bit of cash so I can say yes every once in a while. Kindness and miscellaneous still have their 5, which is crazy. So we will actually roll that over. I'm gonna take my receipts out of my wallet. We're gonna scan those into our Fetch Rewards app, which if you have not heard of that, I don't know why I'm saying our, it's mine, but I guess maybe me and Chris, but he doesn't even know I have it. So my Fetch Rewards app. I'm gonna scan them into my Fetch Rewards app. But if you wanna check it out, it's actually a really cool rewards app. I'll leave my referral code up on the screen. All you do is scan in your receipts and then those receipts turn into points and you can redeem those points for gift cards. So I love it. Love, love, love it. So I'm gonna take my coins out of here. So as far as the restock goes, we are restocking A6 and A7 CHIC wallets, and the A7 CHIC wallet will now come in black, which I'm so excited about. Okay, so let's just stuff this really quick. So for groceries, I planned $10. So now we will have a total of 15 with that 5 that we rolled over from last week. For my personal spending, we are doing 25. Eating out, I budgeted 40, so we'll do 20 in my envelope and then 20 in our sinking funds envelope. Drinks is good. Let's see here for the kids. What did I plan? For the kids, we are gonna just add $10. So I will just have 15 in here for the kids. And this is their yes envelope. So if we're out and about and, you know, anytime we go to a store, Eli thinks he needs powdered donuts. So you know, that is something I would use that money for. I don't need to go to the nail salon this week, so we'll skip that one. And then kindness and miscellaneous are good to go. So that is it for my wallet for the week. That always feels so good to have that ready to go. So next, let's do high priority sinking funds. All right. If the camera shifted a little bit, I cleaned off my like camera lens because it felt a little bit like, I don't know, it just felt a little bit dirty. I feel like I need to move this. There, I kind of like that. Do you guys like that better? I like having like stuff in my setup, but lately I'm like, I think my brain is so full right now that like any extra clutter drives me absolutely crazy. So we're gonna do this for today because my brain cannot handle any more like clutter. So, okay, let's do our high priority sinking funds. So for groceries, we are going to do $10. Is anyone else like that where it's like if you have a lot on your mind or you're overwhelmed, like any extra clutter is like, I can't handle it because it's like my brain is already so full, like 50, 70, 80, 90. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted on my story yesterday and I was like, when it rains, it pours. And I'm gonna tell you guys the whole story about what happened because I promised that I would. So fresh beef and pork, we are gonna do 50 for this one. So now we have 1, 2, 300, 350, 450, 470, 490, 500. So I think next week I'll do a condensing and we'll be able to add a $500 placeholder in there. So clothing is getting 10. So if you're new to the channel, we moved into this new house back towards the beginning of March. Clothing now is 1, 2, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. Was that? Yeah, 400, 300. Yeah. So $400. This is for adults clothing. So we moved into this house and so we've been here about 3 months. Beauty is going to be getting 20. So now it has 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 160. And within the last 2 weeks, we have had so many things, like major appliances break in this house. Pet care is getting 20. So I'm gonna tell you guys about that because there is a possibility that we may or may not have to pull a lot of money out of our sinking funds envelopes. I don't know for sure yet, but it is looking like that might be a possibility. So I'm going to tell you guys what's going on so that in the future, if I have to pull a lot of cash out of our envelopes, then you know what's going on. So pet care now, did I do pet care? Yeah. 100, 150, 70, 190, 210, 230, 235. I think I did anyway. If not, if there's an extra 20. It's okay. I usually catch stuff like that when I'm filming, but I feel like this is going to be a problem because chickens is getting 40. When I'm telling stories, I sometimes forget what I'm doing. 20, 40, 60, 70, $75 in chickens. So it all started a couple weeks ago when our pool cover completely stopped working. So it's a pool cover that opens and closes with a track and it's got a motor and you can't open and close it unless it has a key. And so Chris and I were cleaning up after the kids were in bed and we went to close the pool cover and it wouldn't close. Like it was just completely dead. So vehicle maintenance has 1,000, 50, 70, 90, 110, 130, 140. So 1,140. And it was just completely dead. And so we had someone come out and they're like, yeah, you need to replace the whole system. Medical's getting 50, so now we have 500, 6, 7, 8, 9, 950, 1,000, 5,100. So $1,100. And so we got a few different quotes. What ended up happening was that if we needed to replace the entire system, our quote was just under $12,000. And when we moved in, we were told that the pool cover wasn't great, but there was no like indication that we were going to have to replace it, you know, a few times after using it. So Health now has 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So if the whole system needs to be replaced, it's going to be about $12,000. If the motor does not need to be replaced, it'll be about $7,000. Copays is getting $35. So we're not really sure. We're kind of waiting for them to come and like it's all been ordered. We've put down a deposit and all of that, which we took out of our savings. And so we're kind of just waiting to see, but then we also learned that the pump needed to be replaced, which was another $3,000. And the good news is that he thinks the motor is fine. So 50, 70, 90, 100, 10, 15, so 115. He thinks, and by he, I mean like the pool company, like they think the motor is fine. So that's actually really good news. Tax prep is getting 50. So we have 100, 200, 253, 350, $360 in tax prep. So we'll see what happens with that, but we have resorted to, we have an alarm system. So we have a little hub in our main part of our house that chimes anytime any of the doors open in the house. But we have patio door upstairs and downstairs to go into the backyard, and we have screwed both of those shut so that our autistic 7-year-old cannot escape out the back to get to the pool. And we have just been like on high alert for the last couple of weeks, just making sure none of the kids are back by the pool because we can't close the cover. So memberships has 15, or is getting 15. So now we have 100, 200, 10, 20, 30, 35, 40. So $240 in memberships. I consider this one fully funded at 400, and we have until this fall to have that saved up. So that's it for high priority. Next, let's do low priority. All right. So that is that. So we're up to like, let's call it $12,000 for the pool cover. Eating out, we're gonna do 220s. And I say that because, well, it could be 10 to 12. It just depends on whether or not the motor needs to be fixed. So drinks is getting a 20. Really proud of Chris. It looks like he took cash out of here to go get some things. We're hosting about 30 people on Sunday. So his dad's celebration of life is on Saturday at my brother-in-law's house. And then we are hosting all of the out-of-town people for brunch on Sunday. So Chris gets his regular $25 out of his spending cash. So after the pool cover broke, I'm trying to think, there's just so much that has happened. Do you ever get like so overwhelmed by a situation that you're just kind of like talking about it is like really hard because you can't like form thoughts around it? That's how I feel right now. So date night now has 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, $95 in date night. Family fun is getting $20. So less than 24 hours after the pool cover thing happened, family fun now is 100, 200, 250, 270, 280, 290, $300 in family fun. Our fridge went out for the, I think, 4th time since we moved in. So our fridge actually went out about less than a week after we moved in. And we had somebody come out and take a look at it. Self-care is getting 30. So now we have 70, and he fixed it. It was like frozen over. So he fixed it. And then we had him out 2 or 3 more times because the same thing kept happening. And then we had Centerpoint come out. We have the Home Service Plus plan with them. So it's kind of like a little bit of a insurance plan for home appliances. So we pay monthly. It's like $55 or $65 or something. So we pay that monthly. And then anytime there's something wrong with an appliance, they come out for free and either fix it for free, or if they can't fix it, we get like, X amount to replace that appliance. So I think like we had to replace our dishwasher at the old house, and I think we got $1,500 towards a new dishwasher. So we had Centerpoint come out, and they actually ordered a part and repaired the fridge for free. Well, last night it went out again for the 4th time. So that happened. And then Chris found out that his skid loader that he bought from the previous homeowner needs a new engine. Gifts is getting $20. So that's another $7,000, which we'll do at another time. It's not like one of those huge necessities, but 50, 100, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70. So skid loader happened, and then our air conditioner went out as well. So this is kind of like the the big drama thing. So Rink is getting 25. So 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 300, 10, 15, 20. 320. So our air conditioner went out, kept freezing over. So we actually had, right before it started getting really warm, we had a company come out and just tune it up and look at it. And he said everything like, well, the original guy wasn't really sure. He was like, he like put some Freon in it and like ran it for a little bit, but it wasn't quite warm enough. Did I even count this? Did I stuff it or count it? I don't know. It's fine. Canning is getting 20. So the first guy came out and looked at it and was like, I mean, he's like, I had to put Freon in it, but it should run fine. And then it froze over probably the second day that we had it running. And so then we had Centerpoint come out and they filled it up with Freon again. And then he was like, this is probably gonna freeze over, and also informed us that the air conditioning system in our house is insanely obsolete. Like it's such a rare system that it's really hard to find replacements for any of it. And in order for us to redo the ducting in the house, we'd have to rip out walls and ceilings. And so this happened probably about a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago. And he is still trying to find like a replacement. So it's like, there's the air conditioning on the outside, but there's this big silver box in our utility room. And that is the system. I don't fully understand it, but that is the system that's super rare. And it's gonna cost us $15,000 to replace it. And so now we're thinking like, this is like all a little bit too convenient, maybe not convenient, but too, it's just a little sketchy that less than 3 months after we move in, we've got the fridge went out, the pool cover, the pool pump, the air conditioner. Oh, and our dishwasher didn't work when we moved in, which was not on the disclosure. So there's like all these things that are breaking that we're like, this is a little strange. So we're not really exactly sure what's going to happen with that situation. I think we may talk to a real estate lawyer, but like we're looking at close to $35,000 that we've had to pay to repair major appliances in this house since we moved in. And it just seems a little bit, it's just a little strange. So 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. So we have money in our savings to pay for the pool cover, the pool pump. Technically we could pay for all of this, but that would completely drain us. And we would probably have to pull some money out of our sinking funds envelopes as well. Farmer's market is getting 20. So that's what we're dealing with right now, all on top of my husband's dad's celebration of life tomorrow. I mean, it's just like so much going on. 51, 150, 170, 190. So has anyone else had anything like this happen to them before? Like the first time it happened, horses is getting, oh, I'm doing 50. I'll explain that in a little bit. 50, 70, 90, 110 in horses. Luckily, not this time. So the fridge went out again last night. The time before that it happened, we actually had 2 fridges at the old house. So we went and got one of them and brought them here and put it in the garage in case we needed, in case our fridge went out again. So when it did go out, we caught it in time because we actually bought a thermometer thing off Amazon. So it alerts us if the temperature gets too warm in the fridge or the freezer. So we actually were able to move our food in time this time. Last time we lost everything in the fridge. This time we were able to move everything. So really, really grateful for that. Miscellaneous is getting 10. Oh wait, but we're doing 2 5s. So this is for my wallet, for my miscellaneous envelope and my kindness envelope. 100, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50 in miscellaneous. I think that's, oh, there's one more thing. All right, so next we're gonna do the kids binder. So then on top, so the day we found out that our air conditioning system was obsolete and rare and hard to replace and expensive to replace, Chris was going to pick up a part for his skid loader before we knew it needed a new engine. And when he got to the place that he was buying it at, his truck, like something happened to his truck and he was not able to put it in park or reverse. And he called me and he's like, When it rains, it pours. And he had to get his truck towed to his favorite mechanic. And when he got there, the mechanic was like, I've never seen this happen before. Like something, just this little part, I don't know if it was little, but something fell out from underneath his truck. And by the grace of God, his mechanic had a spare part and fixed it on the spot and didn't charge him and just like sent him on his way. Like I could not believe it. That's why I love like locally owned mechanics, because they're just, for the most part, good people. You got to find the right one. But it was just like such a blessing that he was just like, I'll just fix it and you can go. So that was just like one of those things. I told Chris, I'm like, you know what, this is probably just God's way of keeping us humble. 50, 70, 90, 95, 100. So it's just like, whatever. I have so much faith in God though. Like stuff like this does not send me into like a spiral, because I just know that God's going to provide. He always has, and he always will. And I'm just not worried about it. So school expenses has $50, $60, $70, $75, $80. Like I told Chris, and I'm like, I'm like, neither of us are freaking out. Like we're looking at a lot of really big numbers, but neither of us are freaking out. And I think it's because we both just have so much faith. So 500, 600, 700, 750, 770, 790, 810, 820. I just spent $400. I bought all the kids' school uniforms for next year because they had a 20% off sale. So I just got them all now. So I'll be pulling cash out of that in my next unstuffing. Birthdays is getting 20. So we have 100, 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80. Chris and I have been through so much in our marriage though that this doesn't feel like anything that's a big deal, to be honest. Hockey's getting 15. Like we've like had pretty major losses in our life and grief, and it's just whatever. 100, 150, 170, 180, 190, 200, 10, 15, 20. So $220 in hockey. Other than that though, I like told Chris and I were talking about it last night. I'm like, you know what? I still would have bought this house if I would have known all of those things. Oops, we're not stuffing gymnastics. Like if I would have known all those things were gonna break, I still would have bought this house, because we've never been happier. The kids are so happy here. So 100, oh my God, 10, I wish, 10, 15, 20, $25 in Liam's envelope. So yeah, I mean, that's the tea. That's what's going on. Eli also getting 5. So now Eli has 50, 60, 65, 70, 75. I always teach my kids, like when you're feeling scared or overwhelmed, or like you just feel like hopeless, just think of like 3 things that you're grateful for. 50, 55, 60, 65, $70 for Rowan. Just 3 things you're grateful for, and you will realize that the thing that you are maybe like worried about or anxious about isn't quite as bad as it feels. Like when you think about like the most important things, which are people, like I said to Chris last night, and like these things are literally first world problems. Like we have an extra fridge in the garage. Yes, it sucks when I'm cooking to have to go out to the garage with a basket and pull all the things I need out of the fridge and carry it back into the kitchen and then bring it back out there. Like that's inconvenient, but thank God we have that extra fridge, right? Like that's something to be grateful for. Air conditioning, like we have a freaking pool. Like I'm not gonna sit here and complain about the fact that it's so hot in our house, because we can just go jump in the pool. Like when you really think about it, you can always find things to be grateful for. So Bristol has 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, $80 for Bristol. And then kids miscellaneous, I budgeted 10, but we already put that in my wallet. So that's it for the kiddos. So next we will do our home binder. So household is gonna get 20. So now we have 50, 70, 90, $110 in household. Garden, we are gonna do 30. So 100, 150, 170, 190, $200 in garden. So tell me in the comments, have you ever had to pull out like all of your cash for like an emergency type situation. Seasonal lawn care is getting 20. I don't really consider this like a huge emergency. 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. I feel like your car breaking down and needing your car for transportation is much more of an emergency than your air conditioning going out. Organizing is getting $10. So now we have 20, 30, 40, 50, $60 in organizing. Home is getting $20. So now we have 100, 20, 30, 40, 50. Freeze dryer is getting 100. So now we have 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1,700. So I think next week, my goal is 1,800 for that one. So renovations is getting 50. So now we have 150. Pool is getting 50. So, I mean, we'll probably pull all this money out, obviously. So 500, 550, 600, 20, 40, 60, 80, 700, which I'm so proud of how much we have in this envelope, but I just feel like compared to, you know, $12,000, it's a little bit defeating. Seasonal decor is getting 10. So now we have 100, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So 290 in seasonal decor. All right, and that is it for our home binder. Next, we'll do holidays. So Valentine's Day is going to be getting 5. So we have 115 in Valentine's Day. Easter, also getting 5. So now we have 50, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Mother's Day is also getting 5. So we have 100, 5, 10, 15, 20. Father's Day is also getting 5. So 100, 200, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45. So I think I'm actually going to pull out this because Father's Day is on Sunday and Chris wants to go golfing. He's not going on Sunday, obviously, but him and Liam are going to go golfing, and probably my brother-in-law, Stephanie's husband, will go golfing together. 4th of July is getting $45. So 100, 200, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400. Oh my gosh, I need to pay attention here. 1, 2, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 30, 40, 45, 50. So 450. So I'm just gonna put that money in the card for him to use for golfing, basically. Halloween is getting $5. So 100, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20. I'd probably cut this one off at like 200. Thanksgiving is getting 5. We don't do much for Halloween. 100, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We don't decorate, so it's mostly just for trick-or-treating stuff. I don't even know what that's gonna look like this year because we live in the country, so I don't know if I'll even have candy because there's only one other kid in our neighborhood besides my kids. So 100, 200, 250, 270, 290, 300, 510. So $310. No, is that right? I thought we had more than, well, I guess I'm saving 500 by Black Friday. So we're kind of on track for that. Christmas is getting 50 as always. So 1,000, 1, 2, 253, 354. So $1,400 saved up for Christmas. This is an envelope I would never touch. So if we ended up having to pull out all of our money, I mean, I guess in case of like a real emergency, I would, but I don't think any of the things that I mentioned is considered a real emergency. New Year's Eve now has 100, 150, 55, 60, 65, 70. I think Chris would disagree with that though. He is very much like a person that likes to be comfortable. So the air conditioning, I think in his eyes, is probably more of an emergency. I feel like I think I'm short something. I think I'm short of 20. Weird. I really felt like I'm short. Yeah, I'm just short 120. I must have double stuffed an envelope. Seasons, 100, 200, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60. So 260 in seasons. If I messed up, I'm sure I'll catch it when I'm editing. All right, so next we'll do our savings challenges. And so we'll start with the rollover savings challenge. So the $1, we've got 2 to put in there. All right, we don't have any 5s, but we do have a 10. But with the air conditioning situation, it's really not been that hot. So we've been very blessed in that regard. And then I have a $20 savings challenge as well back here. So that's it for our rollover savings challenge. So next we'll do the 5K. And we are doing 110. So now we have 1, 2, 253, 20, 40, 50. So 350 so far for June. Right, and then the last savings challenge is the 10K savings challenge. So this one's supposed to get 220. So once I'm editing and figure out where I messed up, I will just move that 20 in here, unless I miscounted on my cash planning notepad, but I like double, triple checked all my numbers this time. So I don't know, guys. I'm sure I messed up. I was talking, oh, should we count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 650, 670, $680. And then next week I will do my cash condensing, because then we'll be able to pull a lot of this cash out that's in here. Well, there's not a ton, just for May and June, and put that into our savings account. Okay, so next I'm gonna show you guys the new planner inserts. Okay, so I am particularly excited about bringing this to the shop because I absolutely love Infinite Lotus, and working with Vivian has been such a blessing, and just being able to connect with her, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm fangirling like major. But I have been getting so many requests to bring planner inserts to the shop, and I considered it for a while, and then I'm just like, I don't want to, like, it's not my area of expertise. There is a lot of upkeep that comes with having a planner. I considered an undated planner. I personally don't love undated planners. It's just more work for me. And so I just decided that I didn't want to do it, but I've been using Infinite Lotus's planner inserts. Like I said, this is my 3rd year. I don't think I'll ever use anything else. I hope she never changes these, because I just love it so much. So I'm just gonna give you guys a flip through so you can kind of see what's available. And I wasn't sure how these were gonna do in my shop, and so they are sort of limited quantity. The 2 that I have in the shop now are the weekly horizontal and the monthly spread. So, and it's a continuous spread, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is my personal planner, and I'm gonna start by showing you guys, this is the monthly spread. So I like to have this in the front of my planner, and I've personally, I say I like to, I just put this in here like last week. So these are dated July through June. So you'll be able to start using this next month. So I just put these in my own personal planner because I do want to kind of have the opportunity to look at my month at a glance. And I know that I'll be writing things in 2 places, but I do want to get better at like being able to see when my bills are due and all of that, as well as like when daycare is going to get taken out of our checking account, etc. So just to give you guys a little bit of a close-up, this is what the monthly spread looks like, and it is a continuous spread. So they cannot be separated. So I just think I'll keep mine in the front of my planner, just like this, so that I can have that to track like my month at a glance kind of. So next, so this is actually the planner inserts that I purchased at the beginning of the year. So mine is actually July through December. The ones in my shop, not July through December, January through December. The ones in my shop are July through June. So let's go to August, because I have some things, or no, we'll go to July. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So each month begins with, these are not included. So these are just in my personal planner. Each month begins with a sheet like this. So a lot of people like to write down goals or quotes or different things at the beginning of the month. So this is what the spread looks like. I am super obsessed. So you have a lot of room to write for each day of the week on the left-hand side. So this, like I said, is the horizontal spread. And this is the weekly version that will be in my shop. And then on this side, so each week you would just have a two-page spread like this. And so then on this side, you have your 3 main priorities for the week. So a lot of times I like to put down like the 3 things that I need to focus on the most. I'll usually do at least one personal thing, because usually there's an appointment I need to make or something that I need to do for my personal life. And then there's also business things that I might write here too. I've tried having a planner separate for like my family and then also my business, and it was just too much. So I just use one planner for both things. And then this week, this can be kind of a continuation for priorities. That's kind of what I do depending on what my week looks like, or if there's important dates that I need to remember, I will write them here. And then so then there's sections 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a place for notes. So what I like to do here is I like to start, I've done it 2 different ways in the past. Right now, this is what I'm doing. I just have a checklist for the day. So like a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday situation. And then I use Fridays to get anything else done that I didn't check off during the week. So that's how I've been using it lately, and I really like it. So on Sunday night, I will sit down and plan my to-do list for Monday. And then whatever I don't get done on Monday, I will move to Tuesday and then add, any other things that I need to get done. And then I just continue that throughout. So that's how I've personally been using them. But like I said, in the past, I've done it where I've got I will write down like my business to-dos, my budgeting to-dos for like our personal finances, things for just our family, and then maybe like cleaning tasks or something over here. And then you have this notes section down here as well. So that is basically it. I mean, and then it's just a continuation of all of the months. So it is dated, it is very minimal. And honestly, like the reason I wanted to partner with Infinite Lotus is because I personally love her planner sheets. And also I'm like looking at these planner sheets, like there's no way I could have done this better. And I don't know that I would have wanted to use anything else besides this. So I'm super excited and honored to bring these to the Aesthetic Dollar Shop and to partner with Infinite Lotus in this way. So that is the planner spread. So you guys can all finally use the same planner. I get questions all the time what planner I personally use. So now you guys will have access to that as well. I've always shared which planner it is, but I think sometimes it's nice just to like see a flip through or see somebody else use it so that you can potentially use it in the same way. So, well, you guys, I think that is going to be it for today's video. This was a super fun cash stuffing. If you came for the tea, let me know if you stayed. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it blessed you in some way, and I cannot wait to see you in my next one. Have a great week, you guys.